Oh, we're live.
Are we live?
We're live.
We are live.
Oh.
Camera 2. There we go. Hey guys, we're here.
So where am I? Why are we not live?
Hold on, give me the phone.
Thank you.
Give me the phone. I got it.
Hey
I got
guys, good evening. Welcome to our Thursday evening space. Anything goes with Marella and Julia, and of course, lovely Victoria Lorient Fabish is in the house tonight.
Thank you.
How's it going? How's everyone doing?
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, how's your week been going? Applause for Frequency 5 FM, and of course our team here.
Is it a little bit mellower today? A little bit.
It's a little bit mellower.
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Frequency 5 FM.
Oh yeah.
Frequency
Ooh.
5 FM.
I feel very. You know what? I feel.
What do you feel?
I forced a calmness, and
Okay.
I'm glad I've done that because I've been going.
Good.
I feel
I
good.
feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Like
Right?
I knew that it would.
I'm just posting on my page.
Yes,
here.
Victoria's
Yes.
sharing, Julia's sharing. You guys let us know that you're on. I have to tell you that a lot of comments today and yesterday, and actually up until half an hour ago, from people that really, really appreciate the topics of conversation tonight, respect and integrity, lack thereof, and the fallout of
not.
well, of self-respect as well. I had so many people message going, great topics.
Yeah.
This is really important to me. I'm going through something. I've just gone through something this week. I continue to go through something.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's talk about it because we always keep it real, always. And respect and integrity has always been something like number one and number two on my list. I was saying, you good?
I'm good.
I was saying that it's non-negotiable as far as I'm concerned, and we're going to get into it. I want to lead the conversation by saying that at every decision in business or in social situations, in life situations, the one common denominator is people, and if there is, relationships, right? Integrity is everything. If you don't have it, it takes like a second to lose it, and it takes a lifetime to rebuild it if you can. People are so busy building their brand, they forget that, you know what? Start with integrity. Start with respect. Start with respect for yourself. Start with respect, for other people. And there's no room for disrespect of any kind, right? And there's absolutely no room for the kind of shenanigans that, you know, I've seen in my lifetime, and I know other people see in their lifetime. And you know what? I half joke here because last week, Victoria, on Thursday night, I shared a story about a boy in the nightclub. And one of the things that was very interesting to me about this story, and guys, thank you so much for everybody before, during, and after that was like, way to go, Marella, way to go. You stood your ground. You didn't stand for crap. You know, you said what you had to say because I had self-respect, right? But here's where I'm going with this. And I want Victoria's input and Julia's input. I want your input. It is really mind-boggling to me, okay? So, for example, I use this analogy. If I've got $20 and it belongs to me, okay, and I put it out here on the table, right? Is it my fault, if you decide to take it, is it my fault for putting it out there on the table for everyone to have access to it, or is it your fault for stealing money that doesn't belong to you? And,
I mean,
right?
I think it's a combo. I think that, you know, tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
me more,
So
tell
when
me more.
when I shared the story, a couple of my guy friends basically said, who are my friends, who I think genuinely care about me,
Right.
Instead of being, you know, and I say guy friends, I didn't have any female friends challenge me on this. I had a lot of friends going, you know what, good for you. I've dealt with this. It's not right. It's not acceptable. But
Are you
anyway,
sharing the details of what happened?
I did last week.
Okay.
I did share last
I
week.
didn't hear last
So
week.
basically, okay, so quick synopsis for anyone that
recap
missed
for
it.
Victoria.
There was
missed
a
it,
gentleman that attends the nightclub that Julia and I go to, and I've known him for several weeks, but I knew him from before. And then one evening, he just came up to me. We started dancing, you know, we started to have a really nice time. And then the following week, kind of same idea. And he got my phone number, and we were just texting throughout the week, nothing crazy here and there because we're all busy. And then on this particular Saturday, he messaged me and said, are you going to be at the same club? I'd like to come and see you. I want to come there for you so that we can dance and have some fun. Like we've been doing. He's a good dancer and we were enjoying. And I was like, absolutely. So what I challenged was that we danced for a couple of hours, right? From midnight to 2.
Nice.
But then from 2 to 2:10 a.m., when I took a quick break to the ladies' room, he decided that he was going to move on to another dance partner and started grinding on her and doing other inappropriate things, I guess.
Oh,
2 feet away
on
from
the
me.
line, Ricky is here, who was also there.
Oh,
I think.
hi, Ricky.
If you remember this.
Yeah, I don't know.
happening.
Ricky was outside. I think he was outside manning the door. But anyway, it was like 5 feet away from me, and I felt very disrespected, and I felt very not even betrayed because we're friends. We're not. There's nothing there, but. I felt disrespected. My daughter was there. My friends were there. Anyway, I called him out on his shit, and I told him it wasn't acceptable. I was really pissed off. And what the best part about all of this, as if that wasn't bad enough, is I walked off the dance floor, and for me, I'm done. Like, I'm good, right? You've showed me your colors. I'm good. And then he messaged me 15, 20 minutes later. Julie and I are actually on our way home, and we're actually recapping this. And he
my God.
actually,
It actually scared
he's
me a
blowing
bit.
up my phone, and he's calling me, and he's like, "What do you mean you're on your way home? I thought we were going to spend some more time
Yeah.
together tonight. I came to the club for you. What's going on? Are
You're
you
telling me
So
I came on my
gaslighting
way?
mixed messaging.
Oh, yeah.
Well, gaslighting, mixed messaging. And I basically said, dude, you have no respect, and you showed absolutely no integrity for the situation. And had you gone somewhere else tonight and, did whatever you had to do, I wouldn't care because I wouldn't know. But to do that blatantly in front of me is unacceptable. So a couple of my guy friends, instead of being like, Morella, I'm sorry you had to go through that, or I'm sorry that some guys are like that, or I'm sorry, they were kind of teetering back and forth with, well, what do you expect? It's in a nightclub. What do you expect? It's in a nightclub.
It is.
Wow.
Well,
It is in a nightclub,
but at the same
except,
time,
except
You
this
can
is
still bring your
Yeah.
integrity and your respect to a nightclub.
so.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
all
really?
loved ones out there that watch our show and that are so wonderful to us and support us, I ask you, the fact that it's the fact that it's in a nightclub and not a laundromat.
Does that excuse bad behavior?
Does that excuse bad behavior? And has society become so desensitized to this that we're like, oh, we're so forgiving. Like, this is how it's done. This is how it is. You know what? I don't think it should be that way. So here we go. Part 2.
Ricky asked if that's the coffee guy, by the way. Is that the coffee guy?
No, that's not the coffee guy. No, the coffee guy?
I'm sorry.
What's
I
your
just
part two?
lost my...
Okay, it's not the coffee guy, Ricky. So anyway, so part 2, and you guys don't know this. I have an update. This past Saturday night, Julie and I, this is part of our weekend review. Julie and I went to dance at the club, and he was there. And he came up to me twice in the evening. The first time
He
was...
gets in my face to cut me off. I'm talking to her like this. Like, yeah, I know, right? He comes right in, ignores it, and he's like, yo. what's
and
up?"
basically says, hi, with a big smile on his face. And I'm not going to be rude. And I was like, hey, hope you're having a good night. And I just kind of kept to that, which is code for enjoy your night.
Yeah.
And then he came up to me about an hour later trying to dance with me and trying to like make peace and let's have a good night together. And I basically said to him, look, I have nothing against you. I have nothing even to say. I hope you're having a good evening. Enjoy your night. But you have to learn some respect because what you did was wrong. And he basically said to me, I didn't come here to dance with anyone tonight. I said, well, then dance by yourself and have a good night. And that was the end of that. So I think I was more disappointed with my friend's approach to what do you expect? You're in a nightclub.
And also, hey,
Well,
Jimmy.
it's basically, excusing that behavior.
Yeah.
You know.
No, exactly. Jimmy says, was he dancing the same way with you as he was with
he
the
grinding
other
on you as
chica?
well?
Like,
No, I don't. Well, no. He was grinding on the chica and kissing and all kinds of stuff. He and I were dancing because there was Latin
Was there
salsa.
alcohol involved?
I think he
there
was drinking.
something
I
involved.
wasn't because I don't drink, but he was definitely drinking.
So that's always, that not an excuse, but it's always sort of it dampens people's ability to assess their decisions. It lowers their resolve about what's the right thing to do versus the wrong thing to do. What they would do at 9 a.m, they may not do
At 2 in the morning.
At 2 in the morning, you know what I mean? I'm not excusing him in any way, shape, or form. Like I think that's poor behavior. It's rude behavior. It's not even poor or rude. It is poor or rude, but it is actually more than anything. It's a mixed message type of thing. He's obviously, courting you, and we're building towards something. Maybe
Perhaps, yeah.
There's a sort of a sense of you're the person I'm bringing my attention to right now, and which is true, right?
Right.
And then you go to the washroom, and at first, so there's an unspoken intention towards you, and then he goes and
diverts for 10 minutes.
yeah, and it's sort of it's hurtful. Clearly.
And it hurt me only because I felt very disrespected. I don't, if you think about knowing someone for a month and a half, emotionally,
So you would never have a relationship with that person.
No.
No.
Based on
No,
that experience.
100%.
Right? Just
100%.
Immediately, he just sort of ruined his
Not even a friendship.
his
Like,
Not even a friendship. And I'm going to tell you why, you guys, because I just don't feel I'm a real hard ass when it comes to respect and integrity. I really am. It is non-negotiable. And we talk about dumbing it down. We've often talked about dimming our light. We're going to get into that. We talk about, why am I excusing behavior that's just unacceptable? So if this had happened at a Walmart or in a convenience store, would we be like, oh my goodness, what did they do? But because it's in a nightclub and there's a stigma associated with that nightclub scene, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm still courteous. I'm still kind to people.
What was the part that most hurt you or upset you?
I'll tell you what it was. The part that really hurt me and really upset me and pissed me off to the point where I swear to God, I just was not having it, was that because I had spoken to him a few Saturday nights at the nightclub, and then we danced one night and stuff, and then he followed up with, oh, are you going to be there again? I want to dance with you. Victoria, I'm telling you, I said it not once, not twice, but I think I've said it like maybe half a dozen times about how I don't appreciate drama. I don't appreciate club drama. And I basically said, if you're going to come to see me and dance with me, I'm not saying you got to be joined at my hip because I don't want you there, but please do not disrespect me in any way. If you want to get to know someone else or go to another club, just don't go to the club I go to and then do that. I actually said it before it happened, and then it happened, and that really sent me going. So my point to you is this. Whether it's in a nightclub, whether it's in a boardroom setting, whether it's between family
you
or
were basically setting it up so that he would be kind of faithful to you a little bit, faithful to your energy,
faithful to my energy.
Yeah, to not kind of go with other women while he's kind of flirting with you.
Now, you guys and girls might be sitting there going, Marla, why would you have to even warn him? That's the point. Why would I have to warn him?
Comments.
Well, I warned him
I'm reading
because,
them, guys.
Look, when you go to a club, which is Blue Suede Sue's,
Shuffle.
Julia, Blue Suede Sue's.
Oh, Blue Suede Sue's, Mississauga's best kept secret.
Yeah, we got to do a couple shout outs for them later. But when you go to a club and you're a regular, fairly regular, and you see people and you see the dynamics and you see whatever, you kind of know what you're good with and what you're happy with. I've never disrespected anybody. I've never been unkind. I've never blatantly tried to hurt anyone, even just to hurt their feelings. You know why? Because I know there's an intrinsic sense in my brain that it's wrong, right? So the fact that I had to say that to him, it's because I've seen it, not with me, because I really try to stay away from that, and I had a momentary lapse in judgment, but I see
and
it.
You got to believe people when they show you who they are, when they
First time
describe.
around.
Yeah, first time when they, but also, are you clear with your
Absolutely,
with
100%.
what it is that you're wanting?
100%.
Yeah, okay, so
100%.
that's good, yeah.
I go there to dance with my daughter and have some good times with our friends. If I meet a gentleman caller and we have a few dances, I'm good. But that was unacceptable. I've seen time and time again a lot of people, not just women, you guys, men as well, walk out of that club feeling very, very defeated because they thought that somebody was there for them, and then all of a sudden they're not, and then all of a sudden they thought they had something, and all of a sudden,
I want to break through some of this because
Yeah.
Yes,
I think,
please.
I think that,
I've set it up. You go.
Yeah, I think that expectations are the road to major disappointment.
I didn't have
Why I
any.
don't expect anything
No,
anymore.
but you did. You had an expectation that he would not
Be a douche.
go with someone
Be a
else.
douche.
Go with someone else. You had that expectation.
Yeah.
And there was no real reason why you would have that expectation because he didn't show himself to be someone to have that expectation.
Right.
So then there's possibly a mis-expectation from you that I think maybe you have
Is common courtesy
It's not common anymore.
too much to ask for?
I mean, I think that what I would have wished for him to be honest. Hey man, we're just dancing. I'm gonna dance with someone else. If he'd said that to you,
I'd be
moment,
like, knock yourself out.
At the moment, if you said, hey, don't, you'd be like,
I would be.
But
I
he
actually
kind of
would
sold
be.
a false bill of goods. He overpromised and underdelivered.
And when
I like that.
they call and actually put time on the side during the day, like, oh hey Morella, so like it's 2:00 and I just wanted to know if you're going dancing tonight. I mean, he didn't sound like that, but like, going
might as
dancing
well.
tonight and blah blah blah. And she goes, yeah, I'll see you later in a couple hours.
So
Like,
I say it's lesson learned
Yeah.
on not believing people's words, but believing people's actions.
If I may say,
and holding out until you're clear on that.
Yeah.
And in the dating world, don't believe the words, believe the actions. Observe.
Yeah.
Observe what they're doing.
but I'm glad that I saw it early, very early, because it was a red flag, showed true colors. And anyone that knows me, the security teams there, the owners, the patrons, our friends that go there know that I very, very, very rarely engage in any of these shenanigans because I've been around the club scene long enough from way before to know that, it's my happy place when I go dancing, and I don't want to add stress because life is stressful enough. So I only brought this up, you guys, because I wanted to give you guys an update on how he tried to get back in there this past Saturday night. But the whole thing about respect and the whole thing about integrity.
So what do you define as respect? What is respect to you?
Tell me. Sorry.
You're singing.
Tell me what respect is.
Baby, I got what you need.
Baby, I got
a little bit.
I want. You know what? I'm going to answer that, but I wanted
I
you
wanna
guys.
know what respect is
What
to
does
you.
respect mean to all of you guys?
No, not me.
And
What is it? How do you define it in terms of how someone behaves?
well,
We all know what in the dictionary we know what respect, but what is like in the club scene or the dating
Google this.
scene, what
Or
does
business.
or business
Or business.
What is it? Because I really would like people to get clear as to what you think respect is, and I'll give you my take on it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what actually happened in the business world, and hopefully it'll answer your question. So I really do define respect with integrity. There's a lot of synergies there, okay?
So what is respect? What is
Okay.
respect? Yeah.
So what ended up happening was there was a situation, and I could name 1,000 of these, but there was a situation where I was up for a promotion, okay, during my tenure in the corporate world, and I didn't get it. And I didn't get it, and I was pretty sure that I didn't get it because there had been some funny business going on behind the scenes. Okay. So everybody, you take them at face value and you hope to trust them and you hope that they're going to do the right thing. But not everybody has a respectful sense of loyalty when it comes to business. Okay. So
so loyalty is respect for you.
Loyalty is respect for
Part of
me
the respect definition.
because it's part of the integrity side of things, doing the right things, common courtesy, basic civility, understanding the behaviors. Okay. So for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I didn't get this promotion and I wanted to know why. So I challenged my manager. I said, I worked my butt off. I didn't get it. Somebody came in a month in. I've been here how long? And you give it to this person.
Right.
So I want to understand what it is.
Right.
Okay. I never got a clear answer. I got the runaround. So first of all, in that context, and maybe it's not the right, but for me, I'm naming I'm naming one out of ton of examples. First of all, have the decency and the respect to be honest and transparent.
That's what it is for you. It's transparency and honesty.
That's what number one.
Communication that's transparent and honest.
Right? The second thing is, so tell me, and if you don't have an answer, at least say, there's a hidden agenda here, there's something going on, whatever. Be
Be honest. Be authentic.
right.
Yeah.
So
Be
then I
aggressive.
found out later, so she ended up losing her job. There was some funny business, whatever. So here's what happened. When I knew that I was going to leave the company, okay, I could have just left, not given notice, left all my files all over the place. You know what I did? Not only did I stay for a lengthy period of time to finish off my projects, but I even spent extra time on the off hours training the new person. I think that was a respect for the company, integrity for who I am, and loyalty for who I am.
Yep. In that scenario, 100% agree. In the club scenario, I think it's going to be tough to have people follow through on clear communication. I think that clubs.
How about behavior?
It's the same thing.
Same thing?
I really believe that low expectations for clubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, clearly.
Low expectations.
Clearly.
And then you, the person who's at the club,
Yeah.
operates from the place that they, with the very clear, which you did, you were clear with the guy, you were
Yeah.
very clear with the guy.
Very clear. Very still very not
courteous.
very
all that
courteous.
stuff.
As polite
Perfect.
as I could have been
That's
under
right.
the circumstances.
No, absolutely. And good for you.
And you know
taking
what?
the high road.
How about this, you guys? How about when I think the disappointment for me didn't even come for that. It came from my
He
guy
didn't
friend.
even buy me a water.
No,
just
I'm
kidding,
good with that.
kidding.
I'll buy my own.
I'm
But
kidding.
when my guy friend was basically like totally minimizing my feelings about it, going, "What do you expect? It's a nightclub." But then he came back 2 days later and he said, "I was a real, like, I'm sorry. I was very insensitive."
I don't think that you're wrong in your feelings.
Yeah.
And also, he was very scary. If you heard him on the phone, I mean,
Oh, I've never heard him on the phone.
I mean, if you heard him on the
Well,
phone,
he was like freaking out, and I basically called.
screaming.
Like, my concern was, you did this. Why am I sticking around to do what?
Nothing.
You mean I
So
came
you-
to the
you
club?
basically operated from deep respect for yourself at that point,
Yes.
like, which is what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
I'm so happy.
But was he a good dancer?
Oh, he was a good dancer, and you know
So
what?
that's what you got. You got
And
some
that's
good
what I got,
dancing.
and I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. And I'm okay with that. Listen, I want to hear what you guys say.
Did you ever see the movie The Bronx Tale?
I feel like I have.
Yeah, I feel like I have as
Anyways,
well.
it's a classic sort of excellent Bronx mafia, kind of story. But one of the characters is sort of an old time mafia, and he's sort of grooming this young guy, and it's sort of
Oh, yeah, I've seen this
pissed
movie.
off that this young guy is saying, "I'm pissed off that my friend owes me $20." How much he owes you $20? Is he a jerk? Yeah, he's a total jerk. Then you got
Cash
off cheap.
keep.
You got off cheap. You got off only with the loss of $20.
Well, I got
You
so
got off cheap in your
with a good 2 hours of dancing.
Good 2 hours of dancing. It's a good workout,
With a
and
good-
it's like sayonara. Sayonara.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
good. You know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
But my point is, this is why I'm going with this, you guys, and this is why I wanted us to talk
Yeah.
about this tonight, over and over and over again. Okay, what I have learned, and I will continue to disseminate this information to anybody that wants to hear it until the last day on this earth, is that decisions and choices and behaviors and the way that we relate to others, the way we do business, the way we buy products, the way that we have friendships,
Right.
the sustainable component, and Victoria's here, you can ask her, is the fact that there still needs to be, we all have to make a living. We all need companionship. We all are running businesses. We all have family. We all have things to deal with. But there is a way to conduct ourselves accordingly. We all have choices,
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
right?
Absolutely.
So I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. The other thing is, I want you guys to talk about, we're going to do a bit of this is more of a month in review as opposed to a week in review. Victoria did her Stop Dimming Your Light workshop a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I really want, like, we took some notes. I want Julia to talk about what she got out of it. Victoria, I want you to talk about what you got out of it, because dimming your light and the self-respect component is very important. And you guys, Victoria is going to be kind of launching, I guess, something like this over in 2020.
Yeah.
And you're going to share snippets of
For
it,
sure,
right?
For sure. Like, the Stop Dimming Your Light platform is all about, very simply, a series of really, really amazing tools. Why we dim our light, how to stop dimming our light, and what are the key components to really, really sustain not dimming your light.
Right.
But the first thing is you got to walk into the vibration of self-value, self-worth. Self-worth and self-value, it's everything. And it's what you're talking about. It's but also appropriate discerning of who you allow in your life, essentially. Like, basically, you're teaching people at every turn how to treat you. You're basically teaching people just how you behave, how you experience yourself, how you walk into a room, and by the way, most importantly, what your inner running commentary is. What your inner running, what you're telling yourself on a repetitive basis.
Oh, I have one of those.
Like, and the thing
Right?
is that you have to be very conscious. Are you saying shit to yourself? Are you criticizing yourself? Are you listening to other people's poor opinions of you and internalizing them. That's the biggest way we dim our light, because we don't want them to reject us. So we want us to, we have the subconscious and sometimes conscious need to not be rejected, because that's a big human
big
thing.
one, yeah.
It's a huge human thing.
Yeah.
And so if we realize that the people we love are not treating us well, not seeing us in a positive light, we will look to match that in an unconscious bid to not be rejected by them.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It
What-
really does.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's
Sorry.
something that you say, Victoria, to yourself when you walk into a room?
Well, you know, I my personal self, I love my affirmation that I do, and I tell people to do it. I tell people to do it when they're in my office, when they're walking out of my office, and also just to try it out. You know, I'm beautiful. And everyone thinks I'm beautiful. And that's not a narcissistic thing. It's more like a positive affirmation of self-love and
Beauty school
self-value.
dropout. Sorry.
No dropping
Go back
out,
to
but
high
just
school.
Grease.
I'm kidding.
I love that
Grease
movie.
lightning. Yeah, it's all about, you know, and then
Sandy.
if you don't want to say I'm beautiful and everyone thinks I'm beautiful, because that feels weird, I love it though, is say things like I'm valuable and everyone thinks I'm valuable.
Yes.
I'm lovable and everyone thinks I'm lovable.
Yeah.
I am loved. I love me. I accept me. I think I'm great. And unhook from other people.
I need a chim chim.
The tambourine is in the
Right.
house
Chim,
tonight.
Celebrate that
Yes,
shit.
yes, yes.
Celebrate that.
Give
and
us
just
some.
and really, really do this unhooking.
Yes.
Unhook from others. Unhook.
That was a very powerful
Yeah,
exercise.
I wrote it in capitals on my sheet.
Yeah.
That's something I do
Well,
now.
just imagine a really sharp, bloody meat hook.
Right.
A sharp, bloody meat hook, and imagine that it's in your chest. 2 of them. Those are other people's negative thoughts about you and expectations of you that are not appropriate, and rejection of you because you didn't perform to their liking, and guilt feelings that you have because you're not doing what they think you should do.
Right.
You need to take your thumbs,
Acceptance.
take your thumbs, put it into the hook, and unhook. Every time a thought comes in that's not
Done.
that's not self-supportive, that's not self-compassionate, that's not, then you need to unhook. That is what you got to do, because I'm telling you, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and that's the way it goes. People are gonna have their
Opinions are
about-
assholes.
Well, no,
and no matter what, it still smells.
everyone's got an opinion about you.
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to agree.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and you know, the truth is that people are not going to see life the same way.
Exactly.
The people you deeply, deeply love are not going to see life the same way.
Yeah.
So
You know, I
unhook from other people's bullshit, or even not even their bullshit. Unhook from other people's opinions.
right.
Get your own opinion.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Find out what you think.
I want Julia to share some
You want
takeaways.
Julia to do what?
Yeah, takeaways from
Sing for us.
with that.
Sing to me, Paolo.
She's been
I'm
doing
just
some
kidding.
already.
I don't
This
know.
is
I'm just
such a
I'm
treat
just,
for us
you know,
tonight. I know you're
hanging
I know,
out.
because sometimes you're just so no, I can't.
I can't do it.
Everybody
Not when
loves
I'm put
your
on the spot.
But I want to just see who's on, and Julia, then I want you to share some takeaways from the workshop, because we went together. It was very, very deep, very thought provoking. We left very infused. But I'm telling you, it wasn't like your run of the mill. Like, we go to a lot of events and workshops, and we always get stuff out of it, right? But this was like, I'm talking about. Like, we were standing there, we were sitting there, we were sharing. All the women that were there.
We had 35 people in the room.
It was nice.
It was incredible.
It was beautiful, and we made some great connections.
So on December 5th.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you tell people about December 5th, Victoria?
What's December 5th?
I have no idea.
Save the date, people.
Save the date.
Big anything goes. It's only the beginning party.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be doing a little talk
Yes.
on stop dimming your light. And I think that we just have to choose a lane as to
Yeah.
what I'm gonna focus in. You could stop dim. We could. And let us know what you wanna hear, guys, because I could talk about how to stop dimming your light when you're in the dating world. Maybe that's the demographic for anything goes, you know, like how to detect when you're starting to want to be too much like the person you're dating, like where you forget all of your own hobbies
Right.
and activities.
I think. Sorry to interrupt you. I think the broader spectrum, but it's just what you said, is relationships in general, business relationships, friendships, social relationships, colleagues and collaborations, family
I can't tell you
relationships,
how many
dating.
people are always saying, you know, I say, well, why don't you speak your truth with this person? I couldn't speak my truth with it. Why can't you speak your truth with it? Because I'm afraid that they're going to be offended. Start to grow a little bit of a thicker skin that if someone's hurt or offended, like this is something I hear you say, oh, they went away hurt. They went away hurt, and that was really sad. Well, I want to challenge that, because sometimes when you are in the world of experiences and relationships, not everyone's going to agree or feel happy. And does that mean you stop doing, especially if you're doing something that's correct for you, not hurting other people deliberately, you're just doing what's right for you, and the other person is offended or hurt? Whose problem is that? It's not yours. You know, you can be fair, kind, loving, perfect in your communication, and the other person still may be offended or hurt.
Yes.
You cannot tailor yourself to always be at the mercy of other people's feelings, or you will always lose. Okay?
I, for one, am going to just applaud that.
But it's really because I know you are a real soft heart, and you really
I
hate
struggle.
it.
You are.
I struggle
you hate
with
it when other people are hurt, and you're like, okay, that other person hurt that person.
Yeah.
I'm of the belief like that this is going to happen when we're in the land of speaking your truth.
Yes. You know why
People are going to get hurt.
You know why I turmoil over this? I'll tell you what. You just nailed it. I'm very heart-centered. I'm very soft. I love people. But if I'm really staying true to myself, I'm not a hypocrite. Therefore, in a kind, loving, authentic way, I have to tell people, this is not a daily thing, but sometimes these things come out where I just have to speak my truth. And you know what? Because you already know what's going to happen, you prepare for sort of the fallout, if there is going to be a fallout. And you know what you just said? It is not your problem if they are offended.
So let me just, and if there are other people that get offended when you speak your truth, or you get offended or hurt when they speak their truth, this is kind of ubiquitous. It's all over the place.
Yes.
It's happening, freehold. It's happening all the time. And I have to tell you, one of the most, I just want everyone to hear this, that is listening. It is just so refreshing to develop a relationship with someone, whether it's in the professional realm or the emotional realm or the dating realm or whatever it is, in which you develop a game plan and a boundary conversation. I call it housekeeping, relationship housekeeping, in which people are okay to say no, speak their truth, and that the biggest rule of that relationship is we're all responsible for our own effing feelings.
Right.
Right. And that's not easy, people, because people want to blame other people for their hurt feelings.
Right.
And I mean, I got to tell you, you're going nowhere fast if all you do is watch out that you didn't hurt someone's feelings. I mean, I'm not saying this is easy. I am not saying this is easy. What I am saying is that it's necessary if you want to grow and be an empowered human being that's living in the adult world, people, because hurt feelings constantly is the domain of the child's world,
right?
Where there's no emotional discipline or emotional accountability. It's just like, I feel bad, I put it on you. I don't feel great, I blame you.
Right.
It's like it's way too immature.
I'm going to tell you guys right now. If, let's say, for example, you were contemplating or not to come out December 5th to the Anything Goes event, just to hear me and Julianne, our charming personalities, you need to come out, because this snippet right here in the last 20, 30 minutes of Victoria is exactly what you are going to get. She is going to take the stage. She is going to talk. She is going to empower everybody. And you know what? What I love about you, and I'm telling you.
What do you love about me?
No, well, I love a lot of things about you. But what I love about you is that you say it straight out. You keep it real, as you do. You're my kind of people. You're our kind of people. Because you know what? Look, not everybody wants to hear the difficult things. Not everybody wants to hear.
I got news for you. Nobody wants to hear the difficult.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear the difficult
does.
things.
But
can we just puff on something and numb out? But honestly,
but you know what you said about growth. In order for so
do you want to grow? You got to ask yourself, do you want to grow?
And if something's not serving you, do you stick around?
Well, you might stick around in order to grow, because you're saying, because remember I talk about the law of allowance?
Yes.
That's where you stick around when you can't leave, or when you stick around because you realize, it's your, it's your sick parent, or your difficult sibling, your, or your job that you need for
like you don't have a choice.
Bills.
You don't have a choice, right?
So you can't just cut people out right, left, and center, or you're going to be an island by the time you're 82.
Yeah.
It's all about, sometimes we gotta engage with everybody the law of allowance, in which we decide, F it, I'm staying. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
You know what I see? Not often, just like, I don't know if it's often, but I just happen to see it on a regular basis over the course of time. Posts from people about how, you know what, you guys, that's it. Screw it. I walked away from a toxic relationship, or I walked away from a toxic work culture, or I had to disconnect with a whole bunch of friends on social media. They weren't being good for me. I had to do a lot of house cleaning, a lot of, that. I've seen a lot of this, and I really feel when I see those posts, even if it's 10 or 15 words, you know what I hear and feel when I'm reading that?
What?
That, wow, like you feel empowered, but it wasn't easy.
No, it was a freaking,
Right?
it was hard, man. Everybody ought, I don't like the should, but ought to do a house cleaning of their friendships, especially as you're getting older. The friendships of your 20s is different from the friendships of your 30s. It's different from the friendships of your 40s and your 50s.
Let's not talk about that.
Lucky are those who have friendships. Like, I still have my dear friends from high school.
Right.
Like, I still have my girls from high school. We've gone through so many different things, but lucky are people who have those. But there are definitely people who, there's a bit of a graveyard behind me sometimes.
A little bit, right?
You should see my
of
block
folks-
list.
Yeah, of folks. And you know what?
Keeps growing.
Here's the news item. The graveyard of those that I'm not involved with anymore are usually because they're not wanting to be involved with me anymore.
Oh, okay.
Let's be clear.
Okay.
Like, I'm generally not an amputator, but I will have evolved where I say no more often, or where I speak my truth more often, or I no longer will do the things that I used to do.
Right.
And it's like, who are you? Or
Your tolerance of certain things have gone.
And I'm speaking up.
Yes.
And guess what? People are like, I don't like that from Victoria. I want her to
This
be
is
the
unacceptable.
Oh,
the
God.
accommodating Victoria
Yeah.
from before.
Yes.
That said yes to everything. And, homie, don't play that all the time. You know?
Right. And then they can't deal with it.
No, they don't like it. And so I have had people go, yeah, no, that's not working for me, and see you later, and sayonara. And I'm like, yeah, that it hurts. I'm not going to bullshit you. Of course it hurts. But I much rather put attention on the people that want to be in my life, that like me for who I am.
I want to be in your life.
No,
I like you for who you are.
But like me for, but you know what? You're not always gonna, because I may say no, and that's just hard sometimes, And that's just life. That's, to me, living in the real world of adult relationships.
Yes. So you know what? On that note, shout out to my best friend Nina. My
Nina.
best friend Nina
Hey,
has been my
Neens.
best friend since we were 18 years old,
Yeah.
and that's a long time. And
That's wonderful.
we met in our first year of college,
Yeah.
and our first date, we went to see a Richard Gere movie because we
Oh.
were both
Ooh,
big
which
fans of
one?
him.
Richard
American
Gere.
Gigolo.
American Gigolo. You got that right. And Nina, if all of you know Nina,
That workout scene when he puts those boots on. And
Enough said.
And he's doing the the sit-ups.
she's more like the conservative one, and I'm more kind of like out there, and we get along so well. And I said, we got to go see this movie. And I got to tell you, she was just, I'm loving it, blushing throughout the whole thing. And we formed such a beautiful friendship and connection. Anyway, we have been friends for over 35 years.
And you've had probably disagreements that you've worked through.
You know what? And they weren't even disagreements. It was just different struggles and challenges in
Right.
our life at different times.
So compassion for one another.
Compassion for one another. She has a beautiful family. Her oldest daughter is my goddaughter, and my oldest daughter, Felicia, is Nina's goddaughter.
Oh.
We go way back, and I tell you, that is such a genuine friendship, and this is what connections are all about. And we don't have to talk every day. We don't have to see
Those are
each
the best
other
ones, eh?
but when we do, like, there's just that love, that just pure love, So shout out to her. I do want to
Hey,
get.
Nina.
Hi, Nina.
I hope you're watching. Okay, I want to do. Ramsey is watching. Hey, Ramsey, how are you? Thank you
What's
so much for
Ramsey
tuning in.
saying?
He's always one of our first.
Is Ryan Radin in the house? Because he always is Mr.
Yeah,
Wise.
Ryan. Let's see if you're in the house. Thank you again for your
Super
Thanksgiving Day
wise.
note. That was really sweet of you, Paulina. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're well.
Oh, Paulina.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
lovely. Jimmy, of course, is in the house. He
Hey,
says,
our
"Hola,
resident
ladies."
comedian. I'm just kidding.
Paulina says, "Hi, beautiful ladies." Julia Scalise is in the
I
house.
have no
Hey,
idea. who
Julia.
that is.
And we've got Ricky watching. Ricky is our wonderful friend and a bodyguard / protector extraordinaire at Blue
At the
Suede
club?
Suits. Yeah, he's
Now, is it
wonderful.
blue suede shoes?
Blue Suede
Blue
Suits.
suede shoes.
Shoes, as in S-U-Z-E?
As in SUES.
Oh,
Yes.
Sweet,
wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm
And
still
guys,
singing
just
on my
I just want to do a
own.
little plug. Blue Suede Sue's is having the biggest Halloween party in Mississauga
guys.
on Saturday, November 2nd. Obviously, best costumes. They always pack the house. If you guys got nothing to do that night, and like I always say, or if you do, change your plans. Come on
We're
out.
gonna have a spooky night.
I'm going in costume, and Julia's going in costume, so it should be fun.
Just doing a little share here.
Yeah, no problem. Paulina says integrity for the employees is lacking in corporations today. Leadership say one thing but do another. 100%.
It's a tough thing. I would say.
100%.
I would say that it really is a tough thing.
I see it, and I don't want to, like, I'm saying it generally. I'm sure there's some great companies out there, but
Oh,
Paulina,
yeah.
I see it over and over and over again.
But I have to say, our dear friend Roxanne,
Oh, yes.
I love Roxanne.
Hi,
Bechtel.
Roxanne.
We talk about work culture. She's big on work culture, as am I. But I gotta say, work culture today, it is such a special company that understands that to support the employee is to increase their bottom line.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of company.
Yeah.
And another person I know would talk about B Corps. B Corps, which
Yeah.
is corporations that B Corps, which are corporations that actually operate from integrity.
Yes.
And taking care of employees and the
Yes.
culture. It's not a common thing.
I'd like to say one thing to all the corporations out there that would love to get me into your offices to talk about how to improve
yeah.
mentally healthy workplaces. I'm your girl. I just want to say that.
You're an awesome.
I'm your girl.
You would be incredible to talk about that.
I'm such an advocate. It means so much to me. I experienced that in my career. I saw way too many people walk out the door, wonderful people I worked
Because of
with,
the treatment.
never come back.
The betrayal
Yeah.
is so profound. I do a combination of psychotherapy and coaching, some business coaching.
yeah.
Honestly, the betrayal at when people put their heart and their soul and their blood and their sweat and their tears
Yes.
into a company,
Yes.
and then don't get the promotion or get let go because they didn't play the politics game perfectly, even though they're bringing so much value to the company.
So you asked me earlier to define respect,
Yes.
integrity,
Yeah.
loyalty. I threw in there. That's exactly right. The betrayal that comes from lack of respect and not displaying integrity or showing it, it's just wrong. These are people, their feelings, their hard work, they're human beings, and there's just too much.
But I look at it from an even bigger perspective, though,
Yeah.
Morella, that I want to offer up.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I really want to always offer up hope, okay? So when you feel betrayed, disrespected, let go from a company that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, I want to just say this. I say this all the time, that there is something better, not better, but there is some bigger learning that's going to happen.
1,000%, 1,000%.
And you've got to shift the perspective quickly.
Yeah.
So cry in your cornflakes for a good day or two,
Yep.
and then pick up your being and say, okay, universe, because I'm a spiritual person. I'm a holistic. It's like, universe. What the F? What the F is going on? And not
Love
just
it.
what the F, but can you please give me in clear, intuitive information what I got to learn from this? Because obviously I got to learn something here. Maybe you got to learn that you didn't draw enough boundaries. Maybe you got to learn that you put too much time, energy on a company and you didn't take care of self.
Right.
Maybe you got to learn that this place, you've been a security whore.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you need
yeah.
to go and try other experiences so that you are not so hooked into the security thing. I know that's hard when there's bills, etc.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Every single one of those points that you just made
Right.
is exactly what I took away.
There you go.
I went into, some of you know, some of you may not. I walked into the company that I worked with at the time. I stayed an hour and I walked away. I walked out and I never went back. I was on the verge of a breakdown and then I just collapsed.
And were you taking care of yourself? Were you drawing boundaries? Were you
Of course not. That's why I had the breakdown.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not doing any of that.
So when you work 16-hour days and 18-hour days, I just got to say, girlfriend,
Okay.
are you learning your lessons?
Yes, I am. because
Definitely not.
I'm loving what I'm
just
doing.
joking.
No,
I'm
but
kidding.
I'm loving.
Kidding.
I'm
Mama daughter here.
I love what I do, and I'm happy,
passionate,
and I'm happier than I've been in a long time. But during that time, during that period, it was just very, very stressful, very dark. And what I learned when I took the time off afterwards, I just literally went MIA for a little while. to focus on myself, those three things that you just mentioned is exactly the lessons that I learned. But I had to go through that. And you know what the biggest lesson for me was? When I walked away, you guys, I thought like I was the biggest failure, because I was like, how can I'm the strongest person I know. How did I let this get to me? This is so wrong for them to make me feel like this, but I am so strong. And why am I'm a failure? No. As I was getting better and I was taking care of myself on all levels, I realized that the best thing that I could have done for myself and my family, and the strongest thing that I did, was actually walk away from an environment that I valued so much that really had little value to me in the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does. And I have a bit of a thing for people to hang their hat on, which is, if you are in a consistent pattern of not feeling respected by people, by situations, I want people to stop looking outside themselves and start looking within themselves. Because again, as a person who believes in energy, we're not just talking heads. We are energetic beings, and our energetic essence is influenced by our repetitive belief system within us. And so you got to do a personal inventory and look inside and go, what do I believe in the dark of the night when no one is in the room with me? It's just me and my thoughts. And if you are saying nasty ass things to yourself, not being kind or respectful to yourself, you could say all the positive affirmations in the world.
Right.
But the stuff that's going on in the silence of your being, that's the stuff that's influencing your energy. And then newsflash, that energy is what's attracting to you those situations that are a mirror to that vibration.
Yeah.
So here's a key. Here is the key to unlock the BS of your life. Start changing your inner belief about yourself.
Yes.
Literally interrupt every thought that is, I really could have done that better. Oh, well, what's wrong with you? Like crap shit that you say to yourself.
Right.
You got to interrupt it, stop it, catch it in its mid-sentence, and replace it with self-compassion, self-value, self-appreciation. And I promise you, don't take my word for it, but I've been doing this for a quarter of a century, people. Your world will change. I promise you. And again, don't take my word for it. Start to change your inner running commentary. Start to change the crap you tell yourself. Start to interrupt it with positivity. Watch the shit people fall away and the good people come towards you.
Yes.
There we
Sorry
go.
to swear so much today.
You know what?
I'm in a
Not
situation.
the F.
Not at all. You know what I love?
What
You know
the
what I
F?
loved? This is the line of the day. I'm quite the spiritual person. So what the F am I telling? Right now, I'm just, and I
What
thought,
the
yeah,
F?
this is good. No, you know what? Don't apologize. I love the way you express yourself. And
People
guys,
get it. What you can
no,
hear
I'm
it.
telling you, you say the things that people, I think, need to hear, want to hear, and in some cases are afraid to say or affirm themselves, you know?
Okay, but let's stop being afraid of affirming
No more fear.
ourselves.
Okay, can we get this on the thread? No more fear. No more fear.
How about
Can we get a no more fear
fear?
spam in the chat, please?
No more fear.
Thanks.
Last week it was LOL.
Oh yeah, send us your LOLs from last week. Keep spamming them.
I want to give a shout out to Sharita Cooks, who's on the line.
Oh,
Sharita, lovely.
hello,
How are you?
Sharita.
Sharita, you guys need to connect with her. She looks after Shift events. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She is absolutely lovely. Andrew Cordero is on the line. Andrew, how are you? Lovely, lovely. You guys need to connect with him also on Instagram and Facebook. His company is Inspiring Greatness. And Andrew, you know that I resonate with that so much. Wonderful, wonderful person. We've got Jermelyn Patricia Barnes. Speaking of wonderful people, Jermelyn, how are you? I cannot say enough
Hello.
about Jermelyn. Jermelyn and I connected, really connected recently. We got some surprises in store. We're working on a few things together,
very nice.
and it's going to be awesome. And she's all about positive relationships and positive vibrational energy. And we met yesterday. We talked all afternoon. We could have gone another 6 hours. She's
love it.
wonderful. And
See, she's a kindred spirit for you.
oh my God,
You
she's
guys
such
are
a
matched in your vibration.
you know what? She's such a kindred spirit. And you know what? Julia, Victoria, and everybody that, gets this would absolutely love being connected with her because, she speaks her truth as well. She showed up, we had coffee and food together, and she's looking absolutely radiant and gorgeous. And, she put it out there. Like, she just shares her truth and allowed me to get to know her. And for that, talking about respect, right? Talking about integrity. I have the utmost respect for this woman and anybody that can share their story and their truth, you know? So a little bit of a shout out there for you, Germalyn.
And by the way,
Hello.
a little quick throwback to the guy at the club conversation. I don't know if
Yes.
you saw Andrew's comment, but he said Ed Sheeran sings it best. Oh my God, sings it best. And you know the lyric, it's like,
You can sing it. Go.
Oh, the club isn't the best place to find lovers, so the bar is where I go. That's all I know.
Woo! So good. Is that what Andrew commented?
That's what he commented.
So I need to go to a bar or a
loving
lounge
it.
or
You gotta go
a
to the
laundromat?
bar, guys.
We need to have you actually sing a show, girl.
Andrew, you so missed it, I tell you.
Lorna Dillon.
Oh, Lorna Dillon, how are you, Lorna
Nice to
Dillon?
see you,
How you
Lorna.
doing? She says, yes,
Hey, girl,
discernment.
hey.
People will know fairly early what I will or will not tolerate. Self-love and shining bright like a diamond.
That's right.
Shine bright.
Lorna,
That's
for
right.
sure, for sure.
And also, I love that you say change your vibrations, positive vibrations. A great song by Bob Marley. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Jimmy says, great voice. We know that Julia's got a stunning voice. We want to
Yeah.
hear more, not less. Jimmy says, belly dancing or lambada.
Okay, let's do some. Ready? Here we
Oh,
go.
you, okay.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Da, na, 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 na,
I like
na, na.
lambada,
I
the
do.
Brazilian. Yeah, beautiful.
We keep saying we got to go dancing. I tell
Get your
you.
should go to
Shakira
that
out,
club and-
guys.
Beat some.
I say everybody come out to Blue Suede Sue's November 2nd. Come in costume. Let's have a blast. Let's
November
all
2nd.
deal with the
Oh, you
shenanigans
mean
together.
Halloween.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Saturday night. They have their big Halloween party, right?
Cool.
You guys need to come out.
Can you get us in without waiting in line?
I'm sure I can do that. Is Ricky still on? Yeah. No. Hit me up, you guys. Let's plan something. It'll be fun.
Oh, that'd be good.
Lorna Dillon.
What's your costume?
Oh, I can't say.
Okay.
She's going as a
Because I'm going
Never
to
mind.
no, because I'm probably going to be wearing it on our
going
show
as
Halloween
Jasmine
night.
from Aladdin. I'm kidding.
Jasmine from Aladdin.
Jasmine.
I might be. We'll see.
Super sexy something.
Well, I'll let everybody decide if it is or
Sandy.
Super sexy something. Well, you're not wearing a bunny suit.
Please
We
wear a
know
bunny
that.
suit.
not. Or a paper bag. No.
Right. Something super sexy.
I don't know if it's super sexy, but it works for me.
You're pushing the girls up, I'm sure.
You better.
Yeah.
Julia's got one going. She's going to look fabulous as always. Lorna says, Sandy, can't you see high school is done? So many memories. You know, Greece was, so many memories.
Oh, yeah.
Doris is on. She said, hi, Doris, how are you? She says, nice voice. Vault, I think it's Walter, is watching. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in. Lorna says, Victoria, I have a fan too. I love it.
I know, girl. What are you going to do?
Sharita says, love Victoria's workshop. Absolutely. She also says relationships are a huge part of our lives.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Paulina, how do you deal with our place of work with management who say my stats aren't great, but my quality rendering to my clients are exceptional? But they speak in terms of numbers. I was a senior leader in my previous employer prior to being laid off. I ran a team. I was an assistant vice president, but here I am told you are great, but there is no but. Playing games, manipulation.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going down, Bala. You know, define your own, it's so important in corporate culture where there's a ton of confused messaging.
Yeah.
It's very confusing sometimes because, I recently worked with someone who, massive performer, like incredible numbers, spectacular sales, business plus, sucks at politics.
Right.
Sucks at politics. Terrible. Pisses people off with a snide comment because he's like, I'm busy, man. I'm making money for the company.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's
Right.
like,
No
enough with
bedside
your-
manner.
Like, let's go. Sadly, that doesn't go well. That doesn't go well.
No, it doesn't. It
What's
pisses
happening
people.
over here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you good? Are you good?
I'm just tightening this thing up.
It doesn't go well in the end. Usually those people get let go because what I have discovered when I work with a ton of people is that companies tend to value maybe not in this company, maybe not Paula's company, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they just want the numbers and they're not as crazy about the fact that you're such an amazing communicator. It depends on what the culture of the company is.
Right. And if you're an amazing communicator, chances are you believe in the company, and chances are you could probably develop business, and chances are you could probably bring some numbers in for the company.
And chances
if
are-
the higher ups actually saw that far
And
ahead.
valued you.
But that's just again.
And chances
Maybe
are.
it's time. What's the
I could
chances
go
are?
on.
I don't know.
about
I
this.
thought you was going to
Well,
say
yeah.
another chances are. I was really
No,
looking
we could
forward
we could
to
go
that.
on about
No, but
this.
maybe Paula, maybe there's a sign here from the universe that you need to start looking elsewhere.
And you're-
because it's not a match anymore.
Yeah. Well, right.
It's
Right.
not a vibrational match anymore.
I have to share Andrew's comment. If you want to make everyone happy, go sell ice cream.
Thank you, Andrew.
For
And
sure.
That's a lose-lose prospect.
Oh
It
my
gives people
goodness.
diabetes.
My goodness. Lorna says,
Does it
Marilla.
though?
Oh,
Does
I
it
like
really?
this. She says, Marilla, you aren't responsible for anyone's feelings. Always live your truth. Speaking your truth. Don't take things personally. Shining bright like a diamond. Thank you
That's
so
right.
much, Lorna. I
Exactly.
appreciate
Shining
that.
bright like a
Aziz is on. Hey, he says, hey, everyone. I'm sorry for coming late today. Aziz, you are so
okay.
lovely.
Welcome
No
to the
worries at
party.
all. Lorna says there'll still be someone that ain't happy to Andrew's comment
Yeah,
about the
and I'm like,
selling
but
ice
I
cream.
Yeah,
wanted-
exactly.
Right?
I want a chunky monkey.
Yeah, I wanted mint chocolate.
What do you mean you don't have
didn't.
cookie dough today?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Jimmy says, I need to go there, but I have to
low-key
work
me.
going down the chimneys. So I've lost the thread on that. Going to the club, going to...
Wait, where are you seeing this?
Jimmy says, I need to go there, but I have to work going down the chimneys.
Do you mean the December 5th event? I think you meant that.
Oh. I
think that.
Really? Jimmy,
Come
you need
on,
to come.
Jimmy.
You are a loyal anything goes
Jimmy,
viewer.
Jimmy,
Come on.
Jimmy.
Make it work. Make it work. Oh, Julia says, I want mint chocolate
Yeah,
chip.
it's like, but I wanted mint chocolate chip.
Paulina says, I believe living my authentic self and speaking the truth, even though it's hurt me, but I know I have the respect from my peers and myself. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the vibration you want to go with. And that's not going to
Yeah,
be okay
yeah.
for everybody.
Sorry, I just want to try to get through. Erin Chandler is watching. Hi, Erin. Thank you so much for
Hello.
joining. We've got, and I hope I say this right, Kimuli Prince Rogers is watching.
Oh my gosh, you're going to say Prince Royce for a minute. I'm going to call you Prince Royce
Oh, I wish
now.
it was Prince Royce.
Royce.
You want to sing a Prince Royce
I
song?
don't know.
Okay.
In the night was young. And then
I want
like
a whole
it's a bunch
song,
of
Julia.
I don't know.
Na,
You don't
na,
know
na,
whole
na.
songs.
Okay.
No whole songs.
Ramsey says, hey
had to
guys,
prepare.
Heather Linus Lindsay is watching. I got to give a shout out to this woman. Heather, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you in person last Friday night. We were at Aya Grade and Petrograd's Libra Bash Reggae Festival. It was
what a
so much
fun-ass
fun.
time.
Happy
At
birthday.
This blue suede suit?
No, it was at Fusion
Fusion.
Lounge in Scarborough, and it was on the Friday night, and we were promoting it, and they were performing. Happy birthday,
Nice.
Aya Grade. His
Happy
birthday was on
birthday.
Monday. He hit a big one. I'm not going to tell you what milestone it is, but I
20.
met the Lioness, and we met so many wonderful performers and people in attendance. It was such a great night. Remember, I posted that picture about the sexy vibe, and you were like, "Oh, that looks so good."
I said sexy vibe.
I haven't even updated the post with all the pictures from the event, but it was
Ladies.
so much fun. So thank you so much for tuning in. So we've got all the LOLs. Okay, great guys, and all
keep the LOL spamming
and
for
the
your
no more-
chance to win a used iPhone that doesn't work. I'm just kidding.
and the no more fear. Exactly, no more fear. We've got karaoke. We should do a karaoke version. We always say
love that.
Jessica Curry is watching. Hey Jessica, how are you? Thank you
Continue it.
so much for tuning in.
Leaving.
there we go.
Go. Andrew, Mr. Bean. Andrew and says
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Wait, how do you do it? Like, no, I'm not gonna do it. No, wait, hold on. I can't. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Don't hit your eyes, girl.
There's lashes. I can't.
I want to cover off, I want to
But-
cover off a few things if I can. You guys keep the comments coming. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I want to give some. We have some shout outs. We have some promos. We have a whole bunch of stuff we want to do. I have some giveaways to give. But Victoria, I want to ask you
Ooh,
about.
I've got a thing I want to tell people.
Yeah,
About a draw that ends
yeah.
on Friday.
Please tell everybody.
Okay, so if you check my my YouTube channel, Courageous Conversations with Victoria, I had the lovely and talented Roxanne, who is curating a wonderful conference called FemmasCon, which is the integration of the masculine and the feminine aspects of a human being, whether it's in the corporate culture, the professional culture, the human culture, the relationship world. It doesn't matter. It's so important to tap into both, integrate both aspects if you really want to be the most successful in any workplace, in any relationship. A guy who has no idea how to behave from the emotional realm is really, really cheating himself. A woman who does not understand about unapologetic leadership is cheating themselves.
Yeah.
It's really integrating the male and the female, or the masculine and the feminine aspects of a human being. I was told, be more of a lady. I was told, be more feminine. And, what I realized was that was what was comfortable with my father, but it made me dim a part of my light.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that has a masculine, a feminine combination.
Yes.
So that conference is happening November 10th, and we are giving away 2 free tickets.
Okay.
2 free tickets. So what I just want is for people to write down www.visualizationworks.com
Yeah.
/FEMASCON, FEMASCON.
Yes.
You click on that and you will get into the draw. It closes at midnight on Friday, and I'll announce the winner Saturday early morning. Check your inbox.
Okay,
If you
awesome.
don't win those tickets, you get a 35% discount off the conference price and a special gift from me. So do it. FemMassCon, VisualizationWorks /FemMassCon.com. Julia's posting it
Wait,
in the
what was that
comments.
last part?
So VisualizationWorks /
Yes.
FEMASCON.
FEMASCON.
There it is, baby.
There we go.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm pinning
2 free
it.
tickets to an amazing conference in Toronto, in downtown Toronto. It's an excellent value. If you don't win that, it closes Friday night, midnight.
Yep.
If you don't win that, you get the discount code and a gift from me.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So since we're doing promos and events and stuff, we'll continue on that.
Perfect.
First of all, Jessica says, "Hey,
That's all
lovelies.
right.
Hi, Jessica. I hope you're doing
com.
well."
I'm
All
with
the
Slash.
LOLs, like I absolutely love it. And the
Visualizationworks.com.
reason we were spamming the LOL last week is
right.
because we were talking about with Joseph Stetter. Hey, Joe, how
Hey.
are you?
Hello.
Looking forward to seeing you on Monday. We were talking about how these days, with the texting,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
the lack of
Communication.
Yeah, communication. Everybody relies on the LOL, and all of a sudden you're talking about something deep and thought provoking, and it's like, oh, you know what? I can't really talk now because I was in a car accident. LOL is the response. It's like, really,
Whoa.
it's gotten out of hand. So I think still picking up the phone and having an in-person conversation
LOL.
sometimes is still the way to go.
What are people afraid of? Or it's just a world that's going too fast, and it's
The world going too
LOL. You're
not even reading the message.
FOMO.
Oh my
JOMO,
God.
the joy of missing out. TT. Talk to you soon.
Oh, is it TTYL? Oh my God, BRB.
Talk to you later.
OMG.
If they even do
OMG.
the
OMG,
You know?
GTFO.
Yeah.
STF.
What's
How about-
GT?
How
What's
about
GTF?
YPMO? What about YPMO?
that?
Piss me off.
I did not know that. I'm going to be using it from now on.
YPMO.
Heather Linus says, "Greetings, damn the onion rings though, Julia." LOL.
Oh my God.
Because we were
the
trying to
onion-
eat healthy that night, but there was a lot on the
Those
menu, but
onion
you're not
rings
really
are so
Peel
good
off the top
though.
and just eat the onion.
mozzarella
not-
sticks,
Ooh.
and we had the
That's
spring
spring
rolls,
rolls
I
with
thought
the
we were-
plum sauce.
I was just like, oh my God. But anyway,
That's hilarious.
Let's
since
not
we're
talk
doing-
about it.
Since
It
we're
never
doing some
happened. I'm
promos
kidding.
and events,
Yes.
let me get to this. Okay, so first of all, we've got Mo Mondays. I haven't even had a chance to post all this stuff
Right.
because every
happening
6
so quickly.
hours there's so much going on. But Mo Mondays Waterloo is on Monday night. For anybody that's living in the area or wants to take a drive, Gordon Melville. Hey, Gord, he was a recent guest on Anything Goes. He's spearheading this. There's a lot of fantastic people that are going to be speaking that night. My new friend Karen Leslie is going to be speaking, and yours truly is actually going to be
speaking.
speaking as well.
Oh.
Yeah, and you know what, you guys, come on out. Not for me, but just for the whole entire evening of listening to great stories and meeting people. The title of my talk that night is "I Know How Rocky Balboa Felt." That's going to be it's very, very thought provoking. You guys know. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. That's when he's going up the stairs and the whole comeback, and you know what I mean. So that's happening on Monday night. I'm honored to be there. I also want to give a shout out to Joe Stetter. I mentioned him; he was our guest last week. He actually invited me to go spend the day at the school that he teaches at on Monday to do some hopes and inspiration talks to all the students. So I'm really, really excited about that, you know.
wonderful.
So I wanted to give a shout out.
Lovely. It's a good deed.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. The other thing I wanted to do is give a shout out to Christina Johnston. She's also my new friend. She spearheads Toastmasters in Mississauga. And she's invited me on October 30th. They're doing like a Toastmasters open house. And she asked me to be her keynote. So I know it's a little bit, I want to do it's not like I'm just mentioning this is how I'm involved,
That's
but I want to
awesome.
do a plug for all these wonderful people that are doing all these great things. And
great.
if you guys know about Toastmasters,
Toastmasters is very cool.
they're doing some really, really cool things, right? And I want to do a shout out. Oh,
All right.
yes. Get the tambourine out.
All right. Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, this is like my favorite song. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah. Yeah, Rocky Balboa and Rocky's like my life. Like I gotta tell you, I am so excited to be speaking. And
Is
it's
it Rocky 5 or something, or Rocky 10?
there was Rocky 1 through 6, then Apollo
what's
1,
happening
and I
now?
mean Creed 1 and Creed 2.
No, but there's something going on right now, Rocky wise. Isn't there a new Rocky out? I saw
Why
Stallone
don't
in
I know
something.
about
Here's a
this?
new Rocky
What's going on
Rocky.
with Rocky? Why don't I
Is
know
there a
about
new
this?
Rocky? Is Stallone in something new right now?
Oh, Stallone, where are you?
Can you
check it
find
out.
that? Yes. Okay. So I want to mention Christina, and I want to mention Toastmasters, and the theme for the night is called Breaking
Oh, you mean
Boundaries and
Rambo?
Breaking Free.
Nice.
Okay, so it's gonna be great. I want to also do a shout out to Fearless Voices.
Rambo, maybe.
Their next
Rambo.
event is November 18th. Tracy Acadia Thomas, her King's event is happening November the 2nd at the Gospel Cafe. Germalyn Patricia Barnes is having a workshop on November 24th. It is free. The fact that I actually know this off by heart is at 1600 Keel Street, so I've got to think it's in the area somewhere. And she's a relationship coach, so she's going to be talking all things relationships.
Nice.
But her business and her brand is called Beauty for Ashes. It's just beautiful, and the event is running from 2 in the afternoon to 6 in the afternoon. So I will put the details in the thread after the show. So I wanted to give a shout out. Of course, we have to do a shout out for the Anything Goes Only the Beginning event. We sent out the promos this week. We are going to be updating over the course of time. We are doing an early bird special on the tickets right now. They are
you go.
literally $25 for several hours of nonstop fun shenanigans.
And you get your up close personal lesson with me on how to play the tambourine
and dance with rhythm at the same time. I want to give a shout out. Victoria
imagine?
is our keynote. We've got Roger Caesar, world-renowned speaker. He's going to be talking. You don't want to miss this talk. I'm telling you, it is going to be amazing. Leanne Babcock is going to be in the house. She's going to be sharing some fantastic stories as well. Then we've got Susan Fox, who is going to be doing some numerology readings. We've got Jessica Dreyer, who's going to be providing some tasty food samplings from her business, Sunset Gourmet. And then on the musical side of things, we've got Petra Grant, Aya Grade. We've got Natasha Meister, all recent guests on our show. Christian Bonney, who is literally like 18 years old, and he's got this fantastic voice. He's coming out as well. And then we've got DJ Elegance, Benjamin DeGraff, who's going to be spinning the tunes.
Dancey dance.
Oh, but there's more. We just haven't
But
released
wait,
it all.
there's more.
There's going to be more.
There's
Lots
going
of
to be giveaways. I'm going to give away some.
there's going to be
books.
lots of giveaways,
and
lots
some
of
discounts.
Yeah, door prizes,
Yeah.
raffles,
Yeah.
good food, beverages. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's
good
at the
night.
Venture X Mississauga co-working space, 4230 Sherwood Town. Anyway, the fact that I know all of this is crazy. Okay, so I wanted to do that. And then finally, because I want to get back into talking about this and then doing some of our final thoughts with respect to respect and integrity. I have to do this right.
Do it right, girl.
Tracy Acadia Thomas is doing the King's event on November 2nd. And as a partnership with Tracy and her husband, Alistair, we have collaborated. And so Anything Goes was offering up tickets, to the King's event in Mississauga on November 2nd. Each ticket is $50, and it's literally going to be an amazing evening. I asked people in my network and who watch the show to go to Tracy's website and take a look in there. She's all about soulful purpose, right? And tell me what speaks to you. And then we were going to pick a winner. We've actually got 2 winners for 2 tickets. Okay. So give me a second. I know a lot off by heart, but
Not everything.
I can't read it all. Okay. Hold on. So our first winner is none other than Lorna Dillon.
Nice.
Okay,
Yes.
she gets a ticket to the King's event, and Lorna, I'm going to put you on the guest list, and I'll let Tracy know. And I can't wait to meet you. But I want to tell you what she wrote. Okay, she said the inspirational quote that spoke to me was the one by Oprah: "Think like a queen, and failure leads to greatness." I'm paraphrasing as I don't remember the exact quote. There are many times that I may fail in life, but I shouldn't be discouraged. Better is yet to come. I think like a queen, and my actions reflect that.
That's right.
I'm not always going to do the right thing. However, I will stay true to who I am and do my best to right my wrongs.
Beautiful.
Beautiful,
That's
Lorna.
called integrity.
That's called integrity.
And
yes.
integrity is how do you behave when no one's looking.
Yep.
I love that. So Lorna, congratulations. We'll
We
hook you up.
love
Make sure we
you.
take care of you. The second winner of the second King's event ticket is Arlette McCurkren.
Nice.
I think I said that right.
Say it again.
McCurkren. It's a
Okay.
little bit sorry, but I got the right. The first one is Arlette. She said, I would love to attend on November 2nd. I read the post on Soulful Image magazine, page 5 ways to emerge your soul in scripture article stood out to me. Simply on reading my Bible and in meditation or prayer, it reminded me, when you read a passage of scripture, consider what it's saying to you about how life ought to be or how it reflects the reality of being in a fallen world now. Ask God to use this passage to open your eyes to the redemption he has in mind. For me, there is always a message and a new way to apply the message, no matter how many times a verse is read. The Bible scriptures cover a multiple amount of daily divinity directions. Great article.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
That was so deep. So Arlette, congratulations. I'm looking forward to, Julie and I are both going to be at the event. We look forward to meeting you. Then Anything Goes was also offering up a subscription to Soulful Image magazine. So Tracy releases these, I don't know, 4 or 6 times a year. And it's beautiful, right? It's all about the soul and walking in purpose and all. So we're happy to be giving that prize to the none other but beautiful Germalyn Patricia Barnes.
Yes.
So you've won that. We'll hook you up.
Nice.
So congratulations to
A
that.
nice tambourine for everyone so far.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's great collaboration. This is how
Totally.
it's done,
We're
right?
gonna do something with Courageous Conversations and giveaways.
Yes.
I was gonna say we'll do
Yes.
some of that. That'll happen. That's gonna happen.
Yes. And you know what? We have so many partner sponsors and so many more people have come up saying, can I get involved? I'd like to offer something. It's really nice. You know, it's a really great,
Yeah.
this is what the Anything Goes platform is.
We're gonna draw for a couple of
Yeah.
books as
Yeah.
well. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's gonna be some cool things, and you know, I don't want to give it all away,
don't
right?
give it all
At the onset. I
Yeah.
think I've covered everything off, you guys. So okay, so we've got a
gonna
few
end,
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta- yeah.
So let's talk about in the context of respect, in the context of integrity, and the context of there is a lot of people that I deal with, and a lot of people that I collaborate with, and there's a lot of people I speak
you're
with.
such a, I just want to hug you. You're a loving, giving woman.
Thank you.
No, you're a lovely human.
Thank you.
Oh, shit,
It's okay. I do
sorry.
that all the time.
And
do it
then
all
you
the
have good
time.
Spawn.
Oh,
Hi.
I'm so proud
I'm Julia.
of my
I'm
kids.
good spawn.
No, but
Y'all
you know,
be my new
too.
customization
gonna
license
cry.
plate. Good spawn.
we're hugging. We're hugging.
Right in
Yeah.
my armpit there, Julia.
That's okay.
baby.
I
love
have my
these
face
group-
in worse things.
We love these group
Okay.
hugs, and we're sending
Yeah,
virtual
the
hugs
last
to all
time
of
you
you.
had a group- Was it last time? that you
5
had a group-
people or 8 people.
I, thought, I saw the group hug and I was like, oh, I want in on those group hugs.
Right, it was so nice. We had a really great time. You know what? I just want to say that because I talk with so many people, and sometimes it's just a conversation amongst wonderful people, just to share and to talk. And I sense a lot of people are very heart centric and they care, but they're struggling with. And I was there. I was in my 20s and in my 30s, and I'm still growing in my own way, right? But what I'm trying to say is I've developed a thicker skin, even though I'm very caring,
though.
right?
Very good.
A thick
You need a
skin.
little thicker skin.
And lots of times people will say to me, Marella, I thought this was going to go this way and it didn't. What did I do wrong? Or was I expecting too much? Or I thought this was happening and I felt very betrayed and I felt very disrespected. And how can people act like this? And I'm talking about business settings as well as relationship settings, right? And then they walk me through the scenario. And as I would if there was somebody in the office coming to me and I was their manager
Yeah.
to talk to them,
Yeah.
okay? I always look at all the aspects,
to.
right? But the thing is, you know what I tell people? I tell people obviously not to give up and keep going. And I guess this is part of my final thought, but I stay in my lane. And I stay in my lane and I work my lane, right? And I know exactly where I'm going. And some days, even if I don't, I know I'm in my lane and I'm doing good things. Every once in a while, I divert and I go somewhere else. I go to another lane. But you better believe that when I come back to my lane, I've left an impact in that lane, right? However that is. But I still go in my lane and I know that what I'm doing is truthful and it's working for me and I'm displaying integrity and I'm so I guess as part of my discussion with Victoria and Julia and you guys, and my final thought, I guess, is that don't ever give up. Don't ever feel that you have to accept unacceptable behavior in order to get paid for a job that you've done, or that you have to be okay with this because it's going to hurt someone's feelings, or, oh my goodness, like I can't break up with this person. They're going to lose their crap. But you know what? This is not serving me. Or family dynamics, or in any kind of situation. What I've learned over the years is this, okay? And this was hard for me. There was a time I wanted to embrace everything, the good and the bad, the positive and the negative, because I did not want to disrupt the status quo. That was the younger me, okay? The older me now says, you know what? I might lose a business opportunity, or I might lose making some money, or I might, but this doesn't serve my mission, my brand, and what I believe, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, it's courageous, what you're saying. It's very courageous.
Not easy.
No, not easy. I want to say that, are you throwing it over to me, or do you have?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm done.
Well, it's very courageous. Well, to what you've just said, I want to add one thing. Check your own vibration, which is influenced by your thoughts about yourself. And it's your internal thoughts, not your external thoughts. How you present out here has less of an impact on your vibratory essence. What you're saying to yourself on the inside really impacts. And just don't forget that the key to life is know what you're thinking, because what you're thinking on the inside is impacting what you're drawing toward yourself. And so if you keep drawing toward yourself disrespect, ask yourself, am I disrespecting myself? If you keep attracting toward yourself people who are breaking your boundaries, ask yourself, have I not set enough boundaries for myself? These are important questions if you're looking to truly step into your greatness, to truly start to shine your light courageously. And people will fall away. I don't want to be a BS artist. People will fall away from you.
That's the reality.
They have done that. It happens. But you want to unhook from other people, okay?
Yeah.
And you want to be courageous enough to withstand, I told you before, a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
A little bit of pain, the pain of, fear of rejection, the pain of guilt. And then you will start to be this empowered individual that will attract toward yourself awesome people. Trust me.
Yes.
Well, don't take my word for it. But, 25 years in the biz. People that leave you say, it's okay. Go with God.
It's okay.
Amen.
It's okay.
I want to take back, I just want to take back the final thought segment for 1 second. If we go back to the scenario I started with at the beginning of the night and gave a couple of weeks of updates, okay, with the guy. First of all, when something doesn't serve me, I have to follow my gut. Now, what would it have said about me, my ability to not stay true to myself, the fact that I keep saying that this is wrong and it's not right? Not only would it have been like, Marla, like, what are you doing? Like, you've lost your mind right now. Because after I felt that, had I stuck around in the hopes that he had changed in 20 minutes, right? And continue to, and then meet him down the street at the Tim's for coffee or whatever. As he was suggesting. But you know what? I didn't do it because I knew exactly how I felt, and I was going to stay true to myself. But also my daughter. What example am I setting for my daughter?
I'm loving that. Morella.
Right? Absolutely
Multi-generational
non-negotiable.
influence,
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Good. And even though you might have gone, I'll put up with a little crap.
Oh, no. You know what? There
No,
was never
'cause a little is always a lot.
There was
okay? We
never
know
a moment
this.
of I will put up with a little crap.
Good.
But But you know what?
You end up dealing with the
don't
barrel.
don't get me wrong. I say
lot
this
of
every
crap.
episode.
Right?
I'm not perfect. There have been times. What's that quote about? I've stuck around in situations
Yeah.
that common sense should have taken me out of, or something
right.
like this, right? Because I want to give people
Yeah,
the
you
benefit
believe
of
in
the.
them.
I believe in them.
Oh, you know,
I believe in them.
She is just this and thatting. No, and then let me give him another chance. And I believe in chances too. By the way, it's discernment, people. You gotta. Sometimes we gotta go. I know, but
No, I was just
it's
looking at the poster
it's
behind.
so important to kind of go. You know, who should I give the extra chance to, and who shouldn't I?
Bingo.
Like, ask yourself that.
Bingo.
You know, who should? Because there are people. Yeah, you want to give that extra chance to.
For sure.
I mean, really,
Oh my God.
really.
But how many chances are too many?
I think the 3-time
Do
rule.
tell.
3-time rule, baby. 3-time rule.
Julia,
Once, twice, 3.
I think 3 times is
Well-
good. Maybe what I wanted to just ask you, if you don't mind, before you do your final thought, is
Well, actually, this, what I'm going to say is good. Well, whatever.
yeah,
this
your
is what I
takeaways
thought.
from the Stop Dimming Your Light workshop, your takeaways from the conversation
yeah.
tonight, and then your final thoughts. Want to
Well,
hear from you.
definitely my takeaways. Let me go to my sheet because I wrote it down
Yeah.
at the event.
Yes.
When we were talking about family, for example.
Yeah, baby.
How family can also be those people putting all this pressure on you, gaslighting,
Yeah, totally.
and making you dim your light. So I remember there was one where it's like, you'll only be perfect if you lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Or everything's got to be perfect. There's no 80%. It's 100%. Or there was always the one where, they kind of single you out to be the bad one.
Yeah, they put you in a box. Yeah.
When you think to yourself, well, I have a good head on my shoulders. I don't do drugs. I don't do this. I don't do that. Like, I'm just my own person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it kind of got into a point where I was like, wow, I feel like crap. Maybe I am a problem. Right. And then, so what I took away from your workshop is that I need to stop doing that, making myself feel bad because other people have an
Unhook.
opinion.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
guess what? I don't give a F. Okay? I don't give an
A lot
F
of
about
F's
it.
tonight. A lot of F's tonight.
Unhook. So that's something that I do a lot.
Good.
I remember I actually started
job.
thank you.
Yes, good
Thank you.
job.
My unhooking process was actually muting. I have a good gift on that where I can
like,
mute my
turn
ears.
it down. Yeah.
Yeah, and not hear anything. I'll look at you, but I won't hear one thing that you're saying.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's just like, okay,
yeah. Your opinion
right?
doesn't matter.
And I really, honestly, I loved it. It was just amazing. It was
Thank
like all
you.
these things, like, oh my god, it brought me. It even made me think of things that happened like in elementary school and high school, and brought me back. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have thought about this today if it wasn't for this.
And the planet needs us to shine our light.
Exactly.
The planet is desperate for us to step
Oh
into
my
our
god!
light.
Like, walk away from negativity, guys. Here we
Amen.
go. Like,
Amen.
Just all of it. What was it again? Awareness, courage, and then there was persistence and repetition.
That's what equals change.
Yeah, which
So
was
you need
equal
awareness,
change.
but awareness alone can do nothing. You need courage to really look to change. Persistence, which you got to be persistent, and repeat, repetition. Those are the ingredients for change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta, no
Yeah.
excuses.
Yeah.
Love yourself, guys.
And you know what? The comments that Julia is sharing tonight are so deep and so really like
God, if
she's-
I went into depth, guys.
but she got that right as a result of her being in tune with what she was feeling. You perpetuated such great conversation and feelings as well, and then so many times like Lorna says here, I think it was Lorna, I saw it, she says something about people fear being authentic, which I agree with, but I also want to say that people fear people that are authentic. Let's take that.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's not easy sometimes to be around someone who's fully in their light and fully authentic. But let's not forget that we're not talking about being narcissistic. We're talking about being always compassionate. I'm going to tell you this. When I am in the presence of a great human, it could be I saw Tony Robbins and I thought, oh, I'm not going to like him. Oh my gosh. Talk about a magnanimous individual.
Right.
5,000 people in a room. I'm sitting second row center. It's at a psychotherapy conference. And at one point I was filming him. And you would think he would just like shut me down. No, he played to my phone. Then I told him it was my birthday and he gave me a hug. And he didn't just do that to me. He did that to everybody.
Right.
It's called be empowered, but be compassionate.
Right.
You can do
Because
it.
by being compassionate, you're empowering others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not about being
Right.
a biatch.
a biatch.
It's not
Not
about
about being
being
a
mean.
biatch.
It's about delivering your message in a fair, kind, and loving way.
Yeah.
I agree.
100%.
So
What
Julia,
was your final thought?
yeah.
Oh no, it was gonna be a join with how that guy at the club. There was actually someone I saw at the club who mentally destroyed me.
That was this past Saturday night.
Yeah, and I haven't seen this person in 2 years, and his two friends were there, and it was like my whole past came back in one
baby.
night. So I remember I was like, oh my god, like this is what I did. Usually I'm like, okay, but this
You've come a
person,
long way, baby.
oh for sure, thank you. Like this person is one of many reasons why I just went down a tunnel. So I did not want to see this person, and my friend, someone told me, Julia, you're honey, because you're honey, you're sweet like honey. Okay, you know, you stick to anything that's good. You know, people love having you. Okay, don't worry about them. So I would be like, you know what? Pardon the French. I'm a bad bitch and I'm honey. Okay, I'm
You're
honey.
sweet like honey.
Honey.
Yes.
So I'm like, you know what? Okay, let me come out of hiding. Okay, like come out.
That's right.
Because I said
And
to her,
was
why are
just-
you hiding? You should be shining
Yeah,
right now.
so I was just
Yeah.
shining myself, and you know what actually dawned on me that evening? It was that those people who apparently hated each other, but anyways, are still in the same pattern
and spot.
and spot.
And spot.
And I'm over here like, yo,
Evolving.
Yeah, evolving so many different chapters and this and that. And I'm like, you're still there. And mind you, Les, still wearing the coat. Go get a new one, buddy. God, it's been a while. But anyways, yeah, it's just like, they're still there.
So I'm hearing that you feel like, you know, they're in that place and you've evolved.
Yeah,
and,
which
you
made
know,
me
you're a
feel better.
win-win. You're a win-win.
yes.
You're a winner.
Here's to Julia,
Yeah.
Gagnon.
Winner,
who's
chicken
always been a
dinner.
winner, by the way. Just
Always
saying.
a winner.
So yeah.
Do you wanna end the show with something? I don't know.
I don't know what to sing.
Well,
so
really? Okay, I gotta just
I
do
don't
this.
wanna-
A tribute to Rocky and all these wonderful people that are saying, I just gotta say this, okay? Lorna Dillon says, Adrian. And then Paulina says, Rocky, you are our girl, my fave movie.
Adrian.
Paulina says, yeah,
Adrian.
going strong. Jimmy says, that's the
Sorry,
song
I
I
had
hear
to.
before I go to the clubs.
Oh, which
I have
one
the
was it?
I have the Tiger.
right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
such a
Mine's
it's-
Highway to Hell.
It's my go. It's my go-to. Oh yeah, you guys, Rambo. Okay, that's yes.
That's
Yeah,
what
it was
is.
Sorry.
Rambo,
Yeah.
yes, I
Yeah.
love the
He's
old
doing
Rambo,
Rambo,
but
yeah,
yes,
but the
but I
new
was
one.
gonna say there's no way there's a Rocky
Sorry,
movie I
sorry,
didn't know
sorry,
about
sorry,
it. No, it's
Oh,
okay.
go to my website, visualizationworks.com. Check
Oh, yeah.
out my books.
Yes.
Check out my articles, my videos, visualizationworks.com.
Victoria's
And,
on a lot. Like you've got a lot
and
of
Courageous Conversations with Victoria on YouTube.
yeah.
Actually, you'll put it on there. Courageous Conversations with Victoria on YouTube.
Here we go.
Julia's got her scene card ready. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Domenica Moore is watching. Frank Nastasi's watching. Lena DeSanto's watching. Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
you.
Heather says, have a great night, ladies. Linus, you as well. Thank you guys very much. I got to tell you really quickly, we are going still strong on our fall series. We're having our
Totally.
Halloween special. We're coming in our Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
We've-
Oh, sexy. Oh.
well, we're going to try December 5th event. We've got our last show of the year on December 19,
Oh, wow.
2019. But we are taking a break over Christmas. We
Good.
will be back not the first, but I think it's the
I'm happy that you're doing that because you need a little freaking break, honey.
No, we need to rejuvenate, but we are coming back. I think the first week of January, we are going to be starting a brand new series
Yes.
with brand new guests, and
Yes.
we are going right up until March,
Yes.
April
right.
with 2 or 3 sort of back-to-back series on a few things. Anything Goes has a few more special announcements we haven't even unveiled yet. Only the beginning, guys. Only the beginning.
the beginning.
That's it. Only the beginning. So thank you guys so much. Love you all. We will see you guys next Thursday night. And Victoria, thank you so much. Julia, thank you. We'll see you guys. Frequency 5 FM. Hit the cue. Hit the music.
Great to see everyone.
Take care. See you guys.